Look at this mold. Holy shnikes. This is the brand new 3.3 inch Epic Bait Molds Slaybait, and I am in love. I've got the 4.3 and it is killer, but the way that I fish and what I like to fish, that's my jam, and I am freaking loving this guy. Let me show you the other side because it's got the reversible hook slot. So here's the other side. Each one has, like I mentioned, that reversible hook slot, so you can make it with or without, however you like. Finesse Swimbaits, like 3/8 ounce and lower.
That would be awesome for the solid body. Run it with a hook slot and use your favorite swim bait hook. Put it on a jig head, probably with a solid body as well.
The possibilities are endless. First cup is warmed up for our first of 2 laminates, and as you can see, it is a completed color. I've had some minor plastisol issues, so I got new stuff coming next week. I could not wait that long to shoot this new mold, so we are going to pull out some remelt, but do some fancy things with it on both laminates, so make sure you hang around for both of them. This one is obviously black blue, and if you recall, one of the coolest things to do with Hollow Shift is to add those Aurora powders, the white powders, to a black base to get all of those Aurora colors to pop. This is onyxia? Since this black and blue has got probably about 15 to 20 drops of black already in it, it is the perfect candidate to add just 1/8 of a teaspoon of Hollow Shift. All right, let's watch this guy come to life. Oh yeah. I'm seeing reds, greens. Oh, that is cool. Some orange in there as well. That is looking dandy. Now that would be good enough all on its own, but I want to do a little extra. First of all, I want to do the customary large and small black flake that I like so much. So I've got 062 black, 1/4 of a teaspoon, and then 015 small for the other end of the spectrum, 1/16 of a teaspoon. On top of that, we're going to do something that we've never done before. I want to double down, as it were. Not only are we going to put Hollow Shift in this guy, but I pulled out the Lureworks Diamond Pearl. What's going to happen if we put a little Diamond Pearl on top of Hollow Shift? I want to find out. So I've got Diamond Pearl Green, because I like that green that's in there, and I want to see if this helps pull that out any. Alright, let's find out. Something cool? I'm not seeing a huge impact. Kind of disappointed. Let's put some more in. I don't know what to do. Another 1/16 of Diamond Pearl. Oh, there's that. Okay, now I'm seeing some more of the sparkle. I wouldn't say the green is more prominent. We could have probably added some green pigment to this to get it there, but it's definitely elevated on the sparkle factor. More remelt for the belly color. We've got a mixture here of, looks like some monkey milk, some sparkle pearl, maybe some silk pearl in there. I mean, we could absolutely run with that. Looks like it's got some holographic silver flake and some regular silver flake. That would be dynamite as it is, but let's ramp it up a little bit and go back to the new stuff from 8-Bit Baits. This is a siren scale called Tidewalker. I was going to say Tidal Walker, but Tidewalker has kind of that blue sheen to it, which I thought would go really well with the tints that are already in our belly. And I don't want to go crazy on this one. I went a little nuts the first time I used this stuff and went overboard with 1/4 of a teaspoon. So we're just going to do 1/8 of a teaspoon and kind of let it spread around inside of our belly before I even stir it. Does that not look phenomenal already? Look at all those blue flakes. Woo! It's so true in bait making. Oftentimes, less is more, and I have to remind myself of that. Maybe this is one of those instances where we can truly appreciate the siren scales with a little less saturation throughout. Really let them shine on their own. Into 8-ounce dual injector, my weapon of choice here. This is engraved as they all are from Epic. Back is to my left, your right, so that's where our darker color is. They're looking really good in the cups here. Have high hopes. There we go. Doesn't take much to fill them either. Small cavities. This is about it's less than 320. It was about 315-ish. Felt like a good shot. Hopefully they all came out nice. So while that's cooling down, let me show you the jig head, or should I say underspin, that I plan to throw this guy on. That is a Manic Mullet modified mold to take a wire form and an underspin. 3/16 ounce. The paint is Barlow's Tackle Mossy Craw. Very natural, kind of got that lava craw thing, but it's got some blues and greens in it. It's just dynamite. Oh my gosh, I am a little excited. Oh yeah, look at that profile. I mean, the color's good too. You can see the green there on top, and that onyxia or whatever it's called, looking really nice. But the lamination and the profile of this thing, I mean, it could be a big minnow, it could be a juvenile shad, it could be so many things. Oh my lands, it's gonna get hammered. And just enough of that speckly blue siren scales in the belly, a tasteful hint as opposed to an onslaught. Although, hey, I appreciate an onslaught just as much as the next guy. Little paddle tail. Look at the lamination in the tail even. Wow. 5 successful baits, all 5 cavities, and they are going to catch me a boatload. We've got another laminate to do, so be sure to hang out for that. But first, let's see if some early spring bass want to munch my new underspin Slaybait. Couldn't resist the hollow shift. Oh yeah. There we go. One down. First cup of our next laminate ready to go. Another top color here, and we are using more remelt. This one is one of my favorites. You'll recognize it. It is Sunburst Color Shift from Barlow's. This was the original. It is pretty saturated already, as you can see. So I do want to do some stuff to it. We're not going to go to the hollow shift. I pulled out some pearl glitter, violet pearl glitter, also from Barlow's. This is a unique line for them. It's purplish, but it kind of turns blue as well, which that's violet. Violet is a bluish purple. The original mix here had purple flake in it already, so I just want to kind of double down on that. That was a 1/4 teaspoon. Mix that in. I'm hoping that despite the saturation, we'll still be able to see it. Oh yeah, oh yeah. You can still see some of that purple fleck, that real small purple flake in there, but then the pearl violet really makes for a nice effect. But that's not where we are going to stop. I want to see what this looks like with some purple highlight as well. Another Barlow's product. This is violet highlight powder. So highlight powder can go from barely noticeable to absolutely overpowering in a second. So we're going to go with a 1/16 of a teaspoon just to see what happens. If we want a little bit more, we can always add a little bit more. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. It's another experiment today. Are we going to get an effect that we want out of a saturated cup of remelt? Who knows? Let's go with another 16th. This is as far as I'm going, though. If it doesn't work with this, or if we can't, you know, like obviously tell, I can tell a little bit, but if we can't obviously tell, we're going forward with what we got. And it may be something too where we'll be able to see it better in the bait as the light kind of hits it. But that's definitely a difference. I can for sure see a difference. See what I'm saying? That's got a clear violet purple hue to it compared to the original. And here's the base for our belly color. It is a mixture of a couple of things. It's got the gold belly from the Tsunami Super Color Shift Glory Craw not too long ago, and the belly color of our giant whip wads with all of that siren scales. Now don't judge me. I know that that belly had a lot of siren scales, but I want to add more. This one is called Triton, and it just looked too good not to put in there as well. So we're gonna have a flaky belly. I am gonna go a little easy though, and only add an 1/8, since it kind of already has a jack ton in there. How is that a bad idea? Look at that. Oh, it's got new colors throughout it. It looks fantastic. All right, same injector. We are down to 315-ish. Again, that seemed to work out really well last time. Cooler you can shoot your laminates, the cleaner it gets usually. And I forgot to purge it last time. Let's shoot them up here. Easy peasy. That went really well. I'm putting a little bit extra on top, as you can see. And I'll come back in a second. Evacuate this out. Then I'll come back with a little pokey deal and poke each one of those to break the seal and let that plastisol that's on top kind of get down in there. Not sure that that's necessary on this mold. I mean, I was looking at the size of the sprue on top. I think there's probably enough there to allow each of those baits to draw down and not get a problem with the nose, but I like a little extra insurance. Look at that purge. Oh my goodness. You can definitely see the violet. The more I was looking at it, warming it up, getting it ready to shoot, the more I could see how much that violet came out, and the belly with that. Mercy sakes. It is cooling down, so let me show you the jig head just like last time. Another 3/16 modified Manic with that same starburst, and oh man, I love that on a jig head. That whole Nova Stone line of the jig side, man, it's killer. If you guys do jigs, you paint your own jigs, you gotta go check it out because it's some of the best stuff on the market. That's what she looks like. I think it's gonna pair very well with our swim bait. Oh, look at that, holy moly. Before we demold this last one, let's see if these spring bass agree with one more fish catch. I guess this one liked the highlight. Oh yeah. The time has come to pop this guy open. Oh, and I shot it slightly different. So this has reversible hook slots, as I showed you. So I switched them all. I flipped them all over so we could see what it looks like with the hook slot in. All right. Oh yeah. Oh heck yes. Look at that. Laminates just as well with the hook slot. Sometimes you can get some turbulence as it goes through, which, hey, not a bad thing. I mean, I think that look is pretty sweet. You don't get that perfect line right across, but you get a little turbulence throughout, makes it look a little bit more natural. So either way, I'm a fan, but this one shot beautifully. Wow, every one of them. Absolutely gorgeous. So it comes out just like that. Pop it out. Man. Love that violet top on this. Wow. Beauty, beauty, beauty. I don't usually do remelt on the channel. We always try to make something fresh, but today it was a success. We got to take remelt and take it up a notch. Hope you guys enjoyed the journey as much as I did. As always, totally appreciate you watching. And until the next build, I'll see you guys